warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce me, Hanifah Fatha from PG PAUD Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa. In this video, I want to present an English language segment entitled Local Culture-Based Picture Storybook for Teaching English for Young Learners. Teaching English for young learners should be given as early as possible because early introduction can enhance acquisition. English competence is beneficial to prepare professional working process that are able to be competitive, to get job vacation in tourist sector and other fields, as well as for science and technology advance in ASEAN Economic Community. The nature of tales and local culture-based picture storybooks young learners do not understand, yet abstract concepts which is different from adult learners. They focus on concrete concept of learners. Based on the above characteristic, it can be inferred that young learners get bored quickly, be less motivated to learn with difficult tasks. Like to image, be active, playful, and never shy. Thus their reading interest can imagine the character and place in the storybooks, and the vocabulary can be usually understood through picture. There are two kinds for reading: interactive and extensive reading. Interactive reading requires a deep understanding, while extensive reading is more to do with gaining general understanding to develop good reading habits and to encourage reading for pleasure. In his footnote states that reading for pleasure refers to reading which is started at other requests than we contain signs we are getting interested. Reading for pleasure is defined as a reading in which students choose to do reading based on their own. Has been noted that reading has benefits such as learners' literacy competence is developed since they read for pleasure, and learners who read and enjoy reading make them to be literate. It produces a means of everyday life information seeking for your teenagers. Picture storybooks is a kind of books that integrates the use of text which image character to present aesthetic full. This type of storybooks is a unique genre of text in children's and teenage literature category in terms of format rather than content. The use of image is helpful to bridge the meaning and content, to probes of discussion, to seek access and complement of writing language. There are four types of storybooks. One, namely folktale. Two, fable. Three, legend. And my, which are developed by considering local culture. Concurring with the local culture is it is a culture that exists in a society in a particular place. Local culture is the most basic culture which is possessed by, by the local community in terms of ideas, belief, rules, and materials. In this study, local culture refers to culture of Balinese society in which it is classified into 14 elements that are influenced by Hindu of Javanese Hindu Balis. The benefit of using local culture-based picture storybooks. Local culture-based picture storybooks have a lot of benefits. Students who study local culture are only to improve their reading ability. In addition, story can motivate young learners and correct a happy and enjoyable learning and free and in environment. In line with that statement, a report also states that teaching story to young learners are able to give a strong effect on improving listening and speaking performance of the Hanifah. It can be concluded that the art of local culture-based picture storybooks for plays as important teaching tools to enhance students' reading competence through pleasant learning environment with familiar context of learning. The step of developing local culture-based picture storybooks. There are 5 steps in developing local culture-based storybooks as in this study. The explains of the step are present as follows. 1. Need analysis. 2. Developing product. 3. Expert validation. 4. Quality assessment by experts and users. 5. Main product ration. Conclusion. Local culture-based picture storybooks are teaching media for your learners, which cover local culture story in the form of printed books. These books consist of your types of folklore, namely myth, fable, folk tale, and legend. The art of local culture-based picture storybooks is important since it can enhance young learners' reading skill, character, enjoyable learning, and both young learning English literacy, as well as prefers local culture. In developing local culture-based picture storybooks, there are five types followed: net analysis developed, expert validation, quality assessment, and mind product revision.